Yo, 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 what's goody? What's good?
Good
What's good?
evening.
What's good, Q?
Wait.
What's good, Q?
Yeah, bad bro, everything good.
Can you hear me? It's Brown back active movement on. That's great. It's not back active movement on, but it's progress.
Okay.
How's everybody feeling? How's everybody feeling?
Oh yeah,
Okay.
check out from.
Yes, sir.
Sí, ya sé, pero no estaba haciendo la vaina ahorita.
I was never recorded. Nah, it's too many languages being spoken at one time, honestly. But what's going on, everyone? What's up? What's up? Welcome back to another chart and chill. Let me make sure that it's on. One. Welcome back to another chart and chill. Last week we actually did a Q cast. That's when I can't really make it to a chart and chill, so I just record it. Um, how many people actually benefited from the Q cast?
I did.
Yeah.
Yeah, bro, the QCast the tough one
Yes.
because at the beginning of the week, my bias on 30 did bearish because we said it break um the MA span the H4 time frame. But one time I see the QCast, yeah, I say, oh, that's just a major pullback. So one time look like that they end up get some moves based off of that.
Yeah. So it was like, did you get the entire move or just like a portion of the
Like
move?
yeah, the entire move because just because it didn't break below the H4 MAs made that think bearish. But when
Mm.
time I watched the QCast, I said this is just a steep retrace. So when time I look on it that way, made enough to catch the move like right as it started. I me end up jump out and it still did not shoot.
Yeah. See.
Yeah, man.
But at the same time, remember, like you don't need the entire move.
For real, for real. Yeah, me they just set my stop line. I mean, they just say I'm set my TP. I'm cut. Me never get greedy, but I watch it and it gone.
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
Good shit.
That's good. That's good. See, like I love that because at the same time, like all those fine details that I point out, if you're paying attention to those details as things are flowing, you could catch the move. People that aren't catching those are the ones that pretty much are just trying to, I'm not gonna say do their own thing, but at the same time, just like aren't really following directions based off of like how I'm seeing things. So remember this, right? There's certain times that like I'll give you like my input to any asset and that kind of stuff, but it does not mean that I'm 1,000% correct. You know what I'm saying? Like if I give you like my analysis, it doesn't mean that I'm correct, right? But it gives you my insight as to like how I would approach it. But at the end of the day, still take your analysis into consideration also. You get me?
Definitely, definitely.
So it's always like just add my insight onto whatever you're seeing to just make you feel a bit more confident, or if things line up, then boom, all right, perfect. But um don't always just fully take, my analysis and try to deal with it. Because remember, how I'm trading might not be the same thing that you're aiming for. Like some people might aim for a swing trade, but I'm not swing trading, you know? Some people might try to do like a scalp, but I'm not scalping either. I'm more intraday trading. So it's always based off of like, what you want the outcome of that trade to be and what the overall motive is for the trade. But overall, like, always trust your own analysis at the end of the day and just use my insight to help your insight. And if it lines up, perfect. If it doesn't, then, try to find that mid ground as to like where you could actually use certain things that I'm talking about. You get me?
Yeah, definitely, bro,
Yeah.
definitely. Because that's kind of what happened, you know what I'm saying? Because I was seeing the market, you know what I'm saying, kind of change character, but I was kind of ignoring it because I was just stuck in that bearish bias. But when I
Mm.
saw the Q cast, it kind of just opened my eyes and said, oh, this shit might really be turning around, you know? So
Yeah.
definitely, yeah.
Yo, you see the switch up, right? Brought out the twang.
My man twang.
Yo, listen, I was saying the same thing. Man, I went to straight standard English.
You're
Yo,
unfeasible.
yeah. Q. Hold on. How do you exit trades on US 30 seeing the retracement? the retracements can cause you to lose a lot of profit. I mean, obviously, retracements can cause you, that's kind of obvious. But how do I exit trades? I went over this many times. Like, what are some things that you guys heard me say, like when it comes to exits?
Exhaustion zones.
Okay, that's one. Okay, what else?
Break a support or break a resistance or a lower high, higher low. It
Okay,
depends on the direction you're going in.
Next higher, next low.
When you're satisfied.
So when you're
Negative
satisfied,
negative
when you're
27%.
satisfied,
okay. Hold on, wait. Somebody said a few things. So the satisfaction TP, I feel like is unspoken about very often. Like it's not really spoken about too often, all right? And what I mean by the satisfaction TP is more just like, yo, if in your head, like, yo, that looks like a lot of money, close. That's it, done. Like, don't even try to overthink it, all right? Or you can hit your TP because you were pretty much trying to aim for your TP, which could be negative 27, negative 61.8%, depending on what part of the TP that you're currently in, right? Obviously, the first TP is going to be what?
Negative 27.
Correct, right? And then getting to a zone of exhaustion can also be another area as well, because those areas you could probably see a rejection, you could probably see some formation of a consolidation zone. All those things can actually happen, all right? So it's a few reasons as to why, all right? But for me personally, like there's times that like if I'm scaling in and I don't need my 100 points or 200 points out of a trade, like on average, I think I average around 120 through 140 points at times, average per trade or per position, right? So I don't need my full TP because I'm heavier on the lots. You get me? So obviously the profit's going to get a lot bigger, a lot quicker. So I'm satisfied a lot earlier, right? The people that want to go the full range of negative 27, the full range of seeing an entire trade play out fully are the people that what you think?
Are
these are
not
smaller
satisfied.
guys, not satisfied.
They're not satisfied because their lot sizes are
There are
small,
lots of
right?
Yeah, small accounts.
That's what it comes down to, right? I'm not saying that I'm not gonna like see it as like, not like a big accomplishment, but I'm saying like if you have a small account, like you're gonna always chase the market because you're never satisfied. All right. The profits that you're making is never gonna be enough to say, you know what, I'm done for the entire day. A person that has a smaller account, less than $1,000 on average, they always say it's not enough. I have to keep on going. All right. And personally, I don't see anything wrong with that if you are confident and if your analysis is normally correct and if your precision level is also good as well, right? But obviously, as you're going about your trades and that kind of stuff, don't just like rapid fire each and every single trade, like just press buy, sell, buy, sell, buy, sell. If you're pretty much I'm trying to build an account, like you're not buying, selling, buying, selling, buying, selling. You have one bias. You're buying, selling, 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 selling. You know what I'm saying? Like you kind of know the main direction for the next couple of days, probably the next week, based off of like, where you are in structure and what you're aiming for and that kind of thing. So you're taking one particular type of trade, not going like back and forth, back and forth. You know what I'm saying? So when it comes to, exits, it's literally all based off of like the situation of like what's happening at that point in time, because the satisfaction level is very different based off of the person's account size, based off of whatever the person makes every day to make whatever they're making seem like a lot of money. Or you could just do straight technicals for your negative 27 and that kind of thing as well. But once you doubt yourself in a trade, close. Like if you have any kind of doubts for that trade or for that particular trade, close. You shouldn't be in that trade anymore if you have any kind of doubts. All right. Another thing that it could be up, somebody says the MAs. If the market is pretty much going up to an MA, tapping it, that could also be a reason as well. But remember, an MA acts as a level of what?
Resistance.
Or
Or
support.
or support. It's a dynamic level of support and resistance. So that could also be a thing as well. And remember, you guys might hate me, never give you a direct answer because there is no such thing as a direct answer. Like as far as like if I give you a direct answer, I'm literally lying to you. So if you ever see me just give you a direct answer, I'm lying to you. All right, let's remember that because in trading,
All depends.
in trading, it's so many variables, right? So if I gave you a direct answer like yo, always enter on M30, whatever other mentor tells you like they only enter on one time frame on one time frame only, guaranteed 95% of the time it's a lie, right? Because it always varies by the situation, where the market is, like the environment of the market, as to why there is time frames. So you could actually, switch up and figure out like what is best used for that particular situation. So yeah, like it's always a bunch of variables as to what makes a good exit good, and as to why I exit certain trades. Like even earlier when market opened. So mind you, I'm at the beach. I'm waiting for market open. You know what I'm saying? I just finished going for a swim, this and that, hop in the car, market open, right? It opened at 6 o'clock. Nothing happened. So I'm like, yo, so normally it's 6 o'clock or 6:01. 6:01 hit, boom. I'm like, yo, fuck that. Out. Boom, 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 done. I don't even want to see, I don't want any kind of candles to no, I don't want nothing. Listen, I'm done.
You don't want to be like, oh, let's see if I can get some more.
I am done.
Then because
I
guess you
want,
was just for sales, right?
yeah.
Yeah, and imagine if you would have kept holding.
Listen, no, but that's the thing. So when market closed, I was in drawdown like a couple thousand. So obviously,
Right.
when it opened, I'm back positive. I'm not going to take any chances, right? A person, and mind you, this is how greed kicks in, right? The person that's,
Yep.
oh, let me see if it'll go a little bit more. I don't care if I was negative over the weekend and that kind of stuff. What if it keeps on going? That's greed,
That
right?
definitely is. Because you would have
But
been definitely in the red based on where it's at now.
correct, right? So then that's why I was like, yo, I don't even want to even look at, the profits and everything. I'm
I
trying to
can
just
see
go to the
you.
close screen and close. So I go about my fucking day. All right. So once you have that mindset as far as like you want to get out of a trade, or even the people that pretty much is in drawdown for a couple of days, and all of a sudden, I'm pretty sure at least 5 people on this call have done this. And don't lie to me either. All right. I'm gonna go on the chat. I want to see just, tell your truth. Have you ever done this? You're negative for so and so amount of time. It could be for a couple hours, it could be for a couple of days. You say to yourself, yo, God, just bring me back to break even at least. I'm done.
You're gonna
But
Oh,
that's
And
the point
then,
where it
and
starts
then when they get
settling.
and then when they get to break even, you still holding.
You still
you hold
holding?
on, all right.
Maybe
Let
you
me go
go
with a
let me
little bit longer.
God.
Jesus,
Let me
like
go
I
with a
And
brought
then
little
you
bit
back
it,
to
longer.
When it
break
gets to
even.
break even,
it's
you
like
like,
God answers your prayers and you ain't
start
listen.
to
It's
bring the
just
people
like
in.
this
And
little
then,
saying
no, wait.
how
I
And
give
this
you
is
how
a
the
this
other
couple
thing.
guy
No,
now.
wait. This is the other thing that y'all be saying, and I'm sure of this. God, I'll never do this again.
and
And
do it
then the
again the
next
next
week,
day.
You doing it again?
you're back with the bad habits.
Hey, bro, that's the point.
So
That's the point when you start settling. You like, God, please let it just go a little bit more. I'll take that. I'll take that. I'll take whatever. You start settling for the
Boy,
less.
I'm talking about mustard. I got mustard from sweating, from anxiety, all type of shit.
man, listen, I
That
already
shit get
know.
right back to break even. You like, damn, like it's gonna
Listen,
might go on
all right,
profit. It's gonna go on
but
profit.
This might be that trade.
that's the thing though. That's the thing though. So even situations like that, y'all have to understand like that's all mental, right? So next time that happens, regardless of if it keeps on going or if it doesn't keep on going, your mental is fucked. So I would rather say just close out, exit right when it gets back to that area that you were expecting it to get, or pray that it gets back to. Close. Who cares if it keeps on going? Just get out, reanalyze, clear up a chart, reanalyze all over again, and then pretty much try to go back in.
Yeah.
Because the whole trying to hold after being in drawdown for so long, trying to expect more out of the trade, like a home run trade after being in drawdown for so long, that's not fun.
It's also
Yeah. And it be two different types of trade, right? It be the trade where you like have the confidence that, yeah, I'm in drawdown right now, but eventually it's gonna play out. And it be the trade that you already knew from the time you entered. This wasn't even a trade, but
This ain't it.
you trying to have some type of control over the market to make it want to go in the direction you want it to
Yeah,
go in instead of the direction it's supposed to be going in.
correct,
You
correct.
don't got no control of that shit.
Correct. Because remember, listen, like I've been on trades that like I enter and I'm like, yep, nah, nah, this ain't it. This ain't it. And
Yeah.
those trades, like, they just go sloppy. Like, I probably still make profit eventually, but it's like it's not a smooth profit. You know, it's a very, very choppy, a lot of anxiety, very, just uncomfortable, But yeah. Somebody said this webinar really opened my eyes. I do got greed issues. Yo, listen, you gotta you gotta own it, But that's what I'm saying. Like, I understand what y'all go through without y'all even having to tell me what y'all go through. That's why so many people is like, yo, listen, I get it, right? But definitely, once you start praying, that you are cooked. Once
Talking about blowing on the screen.
once you start praying, or even blow, yeah, like
It's
blowing on
all
the
it
screen,
sounds like those
swiping
straight dribble past
down
your nose.
something,
I
right?
be having thoughts. Sometimes you be tired. I have thoughts in my head where I can grab the charts and pull it
Yeah.
down or pull it back.
Oh, and this is the worst one. This is the worst one. Like, you're looking at the screen, like you turn away, and then you kind of like, you know what I'm saying? Because you think that the market is watching you, so obviously you try to like not look at it because it might go in your favor and that kind of shit. Trust me, like it's so much psychological shit that be going on.
And Q,
Like,
the
if
last
if a person can just like record a trader's heart rate or even like a trader's emotions throughout the entire like trade cycle, we go through like at least 16 different emotions, I would say.
Bro, hunting emotions, bro. What the fuck?
I, I just go for a walk? No, because now I'm off the charts. I can't see shit. I can't go for a walk. I'm stuck. I'm not going for a walk. So I'm not, listen, if I'm in drawdown, I'm not taking my eyes off the screen. I'm not going for a walk. I'm not,
same.
listen, I'm not, listen, the date's off,
You,
baby. Listen, my phone's about to
you were
die.
supposed to cook
No,
dinner.
I can't function. Listen,
It's over
oh,
with.
Question, right?
everything goes out the window. If my phone is about to die and I'm in drawdown, I'm not leaving the house. I don't care if I have an appointment. I'm good. I'm not going anywhere. I can't function with a dead phone
Question, right? I
in
got a question
drawdown.
for everybody on here, though. You know what I'm saying? Like, whoever just had a bad day, and then after you took that loss, you went and took a nap, and you all the emotions just disappeared. I wonder, like, if I'm the only one that do that. Like, after you took that big L, you feeling bad, then you go take a nap, and you feeling good.
Yeah,
Or is
yo,
it just
Nah,
me?
that's the best thing that
nah,
you do
bro.
is go to sleep. Honestly,
It's hard to sleep.
because if
Oh,
not,
nigga come back to the charts and looking for a play, bro. Like, damn, bro. Like, I gotta get into play. I just took a loss, bro.
yeah, listen, it's if if I really sat down and like write down all of y'all emotions that I know 1,000% that y'all go through, it'll be a fucking book. I promise you. It'll be a book, like a very like comedic book for all traders. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, just like I know y'all be going through this too. Like that
When
part
I first
titles.
started trading, I was feeling like I was feeling crazy. I had crazy anxiety.
Mm-hmm.
Like Q, the last chat and show we had, bro, it was so great. I was watching it, earlier today. I watch it so many times, because like those stocks, it's like really psychological, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like we
yeah.
really spend the whole time just, just really talking and reflecting. That was amazing, bro.
That was on Chart and Chill or what was
No,
it?
no, it was for the premium
Oh,
members.
okay, yeah.
Premium members.
Yeah. I'm gonna.
I still don't know what the guy wanted to ask though.
You know how some people just like talk in circles?
Man, every time I reach that point, I gotta skip it a bit because I've been replaying the video also. But every time I get to that point, I was like, "Come on, you can do it this time," but it's a recording.
No, it is funny right now, but those were some good calls though. But like most calls, people they finish watching the call and they text me like, "Yo, Q, like that was the best call ever, bro." And I'm like, but then the next week it's also the same comment. So kind of like every call is like the best call ever. I think it's a good thing, honestly. I mean, I can't. Hey, that's what it is,
It's the
you
best call until the next one.
Like really and truly, bro, psychologically it's, we all already know that, psychology play a a huge part in trading. And
Right?
mostly that whole call was like, psychological wise, you know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah, definitely, definitely,
Again, I'm like, yeah.
definitely. But let's get to the chart. Yeah. So as I'll know, there's a lot of craziness going on inside the world, like right now, as to what happened this market open. Um, Even like, I've seen people saying like, yo, bro, like I'm gonna trade the gap, this and that, this and that, this and that. And I'm like, I get where you're coming from, but at the same time, I wouldn't trade the gap personally. For 30, I wouldn't even trade it because look at the concept, right? That happened because of what happened over the weekend, right? Why would it fill immediately out of nowhere though? Like what changed, So they always say like, it's gonna actually until something changes, then the market shall continue the direction. You know what I'm saying? Like, why do you think all of a sudden it's gonna retrace fully based on it just being a gap? So it filled up a little bit, but there were some people that were committing to the buys the entire time, and I'm like, personally, I would just rather sell still because I feel like the war is just starting. Things are just starting. Like it was just one bomb, right? Now think on the concept. If somebody punches you, what are you supposed to do back?
Mm.
Back.
Walk away.
What?
Walk away.
I'm
That's
just
crazy.
fucking with y'all. I'm just fucking with y'all.
In front of a whole nation.
Come on, bro. Be alpha,
Man,
man, bro.
I know you're a Christian, but
Nigga, use a mark, my nigga. Walk away.
man, I know you're a Christian, but man,
Ask Jesus for forgiveness. Shit.
So
I ain't trying to get
why would you walk away? That punch is not from Chick.
Nah, bro, you turn
Just,
the other cheek.
just hit him like, why'd you punch me, bro? Like, what did I do to you? Hit him with
You are the wrong nigga.
just
It's
fucking
war,
with you,
bro.
bro. I'm gonna
damn,
put
Q
my
had a good
gun.
one.
Getting bullied.
That's the thing, right? Y'all playing, but y'all better go watch that Iranian news. How they talking bad right now? I ain't gonna lie.
Hey, Q, I just
He
gotta
get
ask you one, Q, when you get back on this chat, bro. I
I
gotta ask you
go
one
buy
question.
Bitcoin, man.
Hey, look, do you think we can really? I know we had World War I, World War II, but you think we could really start a World War III with this shit?
Bro, it's
Man, this
already
shit,
started, bro.
anything is possible.
Bro, it's
Personally,
already started, bro. Technically, it's already started.
It's a
I don't
war
think
going
so.
on right
Yes.
now, bro.
Hey, until a
why do you say
nigga
that?
drop a nuclear bomb, I'm not saying there's no war yet.
Man,
No,
shit about
no,
to
I mean,
Bro,
pop out.
bro,
but
Iran is not gonna
remember,
step. Iran
if
is not gonna step back.
remember, it's
What you
tit for
say,
tat.
Q?
So technically, remember, we did tit, and now we're waiting for tat. So obviously, it's retaliation
Yep.
that's supposed to be, like somewhere.
Well,
Hopefully.
Russia and China
They,
already
they
said
already they
they don't want
already
to back
won
them
for
up,
the
so that's
military
big.
U.S. military bases to.
Say it again.
They already won for the U.S. military bases. They're gonna retaliate on the U.S. military bases
See?
in the Middle East.
So I
But
think
don't
all
they
this is
don't
gonna
they
get
like
worse. All right, and look. So I just seen this right here on TradingView, right? So if you go like right here on like the bottom right, it says 1 hour ago, first tick. Here are the top global cues for today's trade, right? So it says investors brace for oil price spike, rush to havens. Havens meaning gold, things like that aren't um stock based and that kind of stuff. As to why gold has shot up, 30 has shot down, Nas 100, all kind of things stock based has went down based on that concept like right. So investors are changing where their money is pretty much based on.
Mm.
And after the U.S. bombs Iran nuclear sites, the Middle East tensions put investors on alert, weighing worst case scenarios. All these things are going to pretty much be happening. So if y'all want to actually, look at some good news updates, I think this area like right here on TradingView now, like it looks pretty good. Um, I wouldn't really look at the ideas because these people don't know how to trade, but the definitely.
Nigga.
It's pretty sick. But
So we probably gonna see fucking gas at $10 soon, huh?
yo, listen, I wouldn't be surprised on this. Because remember, like it's like one of the most biggest oil refineries and everything over there also that pretty much
Damn.
but my insight on like what's currently going on like right now is this, right? So like overall, like I was on a downtrend or like right here. I had sells around here. Well, like a little bit here, like around this area, closer to the green MA. And that area here is where I was in drawdown, like that spike up. So when it spiked down, good.
Good cue.
Like I was still aiming down, but it was just a little bit early based off of, market about to close and everything soon. So that pretty much, saved me in a sense because I was kind of skeptical because it was going right back up to the previous high point of like right here. But luckily I seen all of this exhaustion. So like my overall bias was down when it was around this area. So it worked out technically just a lot faster than I expected. You know, um, in this case here, I could actually apply like I mean you can have your main fibs there, but I can now apply fibs from let's say point A, point B, all the way down here. You have that retracement at 78.6%. Based on what's going on, I would keep on aiming down. You know what I'm saying? Like even if we have a retracement back up to the MA, it's cool. That's perfect because now that counts as a level of resistance, right? But I will still aim for around -2.7 still, which can bring us closer to like around the 38.2% mark on the daily time frame because this red zone here is a 23.6% on daily, which looks kind of like this. All right. This big fib here was the entire thing. So like the entire time that we've been trading for the past since May 12th has been in this consolidation zone on 23.6%. So I feel like it still looks very, very good based on where it currently is. And we could probably see a continuation of that bearish move based on what's going on. And then once we get hit with a retaliation eventually, this would actually bring this market down a lot more as well because investors are scared and they want their money elsewhere. So this is going to obviously drop 30 within this entire concept, like right here. But right now, I would probably just chill for the rest of the night, wait until NY session, or even wait around London session to see what the market does. But overall, I would definitely aim down because nothing good is coming out of what happened over the weekend, like right now. You know what I'm saying? So continue aiming based on what's going on within the current news as far as technical wise. But until something changes, you can't really say that you want to buy the market, honestly. You know what I'm saying? Even if it's trying to fill the gap and that kind of stuff, because we've seen gaps that don't fill for weeks and months at a time. So this might be one of those cases. You know what I'm saying? So technically, I'll try to just aim down, aim for that next point in structure based off this current downtrend. MAs are not really fully above the market, but damn near, above. It's right side of the middle. So like you can see a sort of a consolidation, but still a downtrend based off of where it currently is like right now. And on higher time frame analysis, you have the H4 MAs right above, acting as that level of resistance. Well, I'm working. So the lower high point is like right there as well, but also like the MAs are right above the market, acting as a point of resistance at the same time. So us seeing that alone is definitely good signs that we could pretty much have a continuation of the downtrend that the majority of this market is pretty much shifting under the MAs and staying under there, which gives us signs that it's a lot of momentum within that direction, which is what we want to see in this case, like right here. You know? Based on the daily time frame, the MAs are pretty much pointing down, but it's very, very, it's like it's in like a weird setting. But like I said, like the MAs on daily, it reminds me of what we seen the other day on, I forgot what we are analyzing, but it goes under the market for a short amount of time, but pretty much like right when it breaks it, it pretty much now it's kind of like that little peak above without fully changing the trend, but still maintaining the overall downtrend that is currently on. So this kind of stuff happens quite normally on lower time frame analysis on like the H1, M30, and that kind of stuff, but still stays within a downtrend. Because remember, so don't forget about this one thing like right here, right? Certain areas you got to make sure that you have on your charts at all times, such as this area like right here, because this area was the point of exhaustion that was being respected time at the time, all along here, based off of this exhaustion to the left-hand side. All over here was just a retest of this past area as well. In that area, I was taking a lot of moves off of when it was around there. What was it? What was it? What date is this for? I can't see because of the chat. Yeah, what date is this? This is like June 9th, 10th, 11th, 12th, 13th. So all around there, that was an easy trade for sells. If you were analyzing that, knowing that this area was being respected many, 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 many times, it's how to pass. And yeah, so overall, based on what's currently going on inside the world, like right now, I would definitely aim down technically and fundamentally. It makes sense, because technically we're on a downtrend based off of your H4 and H1, and fundamentally within the news events, that's kind of like what we are expecting based on that concept. So those two things line up, which makes a lot more sense. So the confidence and clarity within that concept and bias, I think should be clear for most of us. Right?
Right.
Yeah,
Right.
right.
Right. Right. Right. Right.
Yes, sir.
So
You don't need to move. 1 second. Oh, and Congress didn't approve it, so the government not being on the same page is bad for the US dollar. Really? Oh, damn. So I don't even knew that part, but
Yeah, Trump, he went ahead and did his own thing after saying he's going to wait 2 weeks and then waited 2 days and be like,
yes,
yeah, I'm gonna bomb them.
I've seen
The
that.
surprise effect, man.
Hey, so Q, let me ask something real quick. Based off of what you literally just said, with Iran, you know what I'm saying, and oil, knowing that oil is supposed to, basically go up after these events or whatever,
Yeah.
don't that make the US dollar stronger? And my
I, I don't know because I don't know the correlation between oil and the dollar. That's the only thing.
that but everything gets transferred into the US dollar, right? Through oil, like
Because it's
the
because it's the
final
world currency, so it should, yeah.
yeah, so that I would think since oil is stronger in my head anyways, that makes US dollar stronger. That is, I think that's what makes sense anyways.
No, but then on the flip side, it kind of goes against because remember, like if the US dollar is stronger, then the stocks are stronger as well. But in this case, stocks are pretty much dropping because investors are taking their money elsewhere. And it's not like people are investing in oil. You know what I'm saying? They're investing in havens such as gold and that kind of thing.
They're trying to put their money
Go
into
ahead.
things. I was saying they're trying to put their money into things that have intrinsic value, like gold and shit like that.
Yeah, I
More
don't think
stable.
oil is a part of what they consider havens.
I mean, if it's more valuable, wouldn't it be a haven? Because now the world gonna need a lot more oil.
Yeah, but no, but
It's
like no,
war.
like so opinion wise, yes, but I don't think that that's how they see it. Gold is one thing that is real, right? That's gonna always pretty much hold value despite what the dollar is at and that kind of stuff. So like they feel that that's like a safe haven as a whole. It's always been. That's why a lot of countries are backed by gold. They're
But they
not
can be
backed
putting it
by
in crypto also, right?
crypto. Crypto dropped like well, Bitcoin dropped like what was it like 3,000
4%.
4%?
Yeah, I saw it on the FX3.
Yeah, see,
XRP got under a dollar too. I mean, not under a dollar, under $2.
yeah. So like all that's changing, but again, like I think this next week we might see like a drastic change in a lot of things. So I'd say just keep your eyes peeled and try to just position yourself so you have like a great opportunity to even like capitalize on what's going on. It might seem bad, fuck it. We capitalize on shit like this. You know what I'm saying? Like it is
Yeah,
what
I was just speaking that right. I love us as traders. No matter we literally think about World War III right now, but we thinking about how to make money off it.
We are desensitized to world events. So
Literally,
all we're
that was
thinking
so
is,
funny about it.
so market is doing this. Yeah, I'm gonna capitalize on that.
it is. Exactly. Someone said crypto is a risk on asset. It doesn't perform well during uncertainty, 100%, because crypto is hype based. It's not like it's like a for sure thing. I'm saying? It's definitely hype based. So you got a point with that right there. I think also it doesn't help that the BRICS and other countries are transitioning from the USD. So maybe the dollar is just beginning to crash. It will happen though, definitely. Because remember, like the BRICS thing is, what is it again? It's China. What else?
Russia,
Russia.
China,
I think
Russia,
South
It's
America too, I think.
Brazil,
Brazil.
South
Russia,
Africa,
Iran,
Iran. I mean,
Saudi
India.
Arabia.
no, India just left them.
So what's the I
Oh,
for?
It's Iran.
Pakistan.
The I is for no, it's not Pakistan. Hell no.
No, it's India, India.
South Africa.
India. I think it's
I
India.
I read this
India.
last week that India left BRICS.
Really?
I'm not sure about that,
I
but
mean,
okay.
I'm gonna look it up actually because I don't even know. But
looking on the Iran webpage on Twitter,
okay.
they
Like I
said
said, Brazil, China, India, South Africa, and Russia.
yeah.
Yeah. BRIC. Yeah. S. Yeah.
but doesn't Iran like not have the
No.
capability to send missiles all the way to the States?
No. I definitely think that they do actually.
Because like, isn't their tech a bit outdated? Hence why they didn't want them to have nukes because they don't have like
They were being
the
preparing it for 20 years.
Yeah.
Wow.
For 20 years, they have the whole series of missiles all over the place, and they have the crazy ones.
Listen, all I'm saying is that like hopefully nobody on here is in New York because New York is always getting a hit.
Come naman na
Don't say that. Don't say that.
That's true though.
I'm just saying.
Especially by them boys.
Am I wrong?
What boy?
New York and Los Angeles gonna be the biggest ones.
New York, yeah. New York is always the place where shit just goes down. Like I don't know.
Vegas and
Because
Washington.
that's where all the big banks at.
Always the big banks, the big business and everything.
I just hope,
Miami.
man, bro.
Miami doesn't really
I
have
hope we good in Miami, bro.
Miami doesn't have much craziness, I feel like, you know? So
Man, they like take the Lambos.
Got Lambo and SVJ, bro.
yo, no. But seriously though, like it just always seemed like New York is always the main target. If they talk about the US, it's always the main target. I don't know what it is. Right? It's
The
always
Wall Street is there.
That's where the
always
U.S.
some
Treasury is at. That's where all the
Because
gold reserves is at in New York.
yeah.
no, I think it's because that's where majority of the population gathers at once because of Times
Oh,
Square.
it's always busy. True.
Yeah, so imagine like a terrorist hit, it will hurt more there than compared to like just any suburban.
I want to say don't
Yeah,
say Miami though.
New York is like the soul of the United States, you know?
Yeah.
New York is like the London. So like if they're gonna attack the United Kingdom, they'll probably attack London because London's like the more important part of
True.
for them.
Yeah,
So
thank God
in New
I'm
York,
far
stay
away
safe.
from all the craziness.
No, it makes a lot of sense. So if you're in New York, stay safe. Yeah, I'll be on the beach in Miami.
I got
Oh
one.
I'm
God,
from
I'm
New
at the
York.
beach right now.
God no, bro. One that I started. So.
Let
Me
me
too.
go
I'm
buy
from New
New
some.
York.
York.
Let me go buy some canned food from now.
Yeah, exactly. Because
Get some
But
you never
MREs
know.
and fill your bathtub. Bro, y'all gotta go watch it. Bro, what's so crazy? They just dropped a show on Netflix called Leave America or something like that. And it's
What?
kind of related to this same thing that was going on right now. You gotta go watch it. I ain't gonna lie, it's crazy.
What is it called?
So, it's something called, I think it's called Leave America Now or something like that.
Are you
I
talking
was
about
just
like
watching it today.
Leave the World Behind?
Yeah, Leave the World Behind. Yeah.
Your title choice was way off.
Wait,
Man, yeah, it was way
how you
off.
want us to
But
watch it?
the reason I said that because in the movie it did say Leave America. They had a little scene that said that. But it's a fire movie, but it's kind of crazy too, I ain't gonna lie.
I mean,
And it's based in New York. That's
okay.
what's so crazy.
With the dead Teslas?
What a test?
Yeah, yeah,
It was in New York? Oh, I had no.
Yeah,
yeah.
it was
You know
based
they
off
had
Long
went to
Island.
they took a vacation to the island over there.
Oh, damn.
Yeah, it was like
Yeah,
upstate New
Yeah, by
York.
the way, Obama produced that show.
Upstate New York. Okay.
I thought it was Long Island.
Not true. I'm saying Obama produced that show.
Long Island is part of New York?
produced it, I heard.
Oh, no bother with that. Yes, it is. I gotta pay Long Island taxes, so it's New York.
Yo, people from Long Island be taking it very offensive when they
New
don't
York, New
pay,
Jersey.
Listen,
So
as long as I gotta pay New York taxes, it's New York.
this New York, yeah, because that's crazy.
Yeah, I left New York and came to the
That's
DR. Best decision.
somebody said that we don't claim you.
We're not business about that. Let me guess, you from Queens. That's 10 minutes. 10 minutes.
That's not how they see it though. That's not.
Oh, the
Yes,
Bronx.
sir.
The
Bronx.
Bronx is not even New York. The Bronx is his own place.
Oh, damn, that's crazy.
Yo, Q, you see that move right there?
Oh,
Yeah, UJ.
Yeah.
So yeah, like this UJ move, we analyzed it last week. We pretty much had our target at -2.7. We went to our second target at -61.8%. So everything played out nice. Maintained the uptrend the entire time, despite even going to our -2.7. All that was pretty much good for the continuation the entire time. So like that is like a good play out. But it's weird though, because kind of like, okay, so this pretty much says that the US dollar is getting stronger within this case, right? But everything else is dropping. So it's kind of like, I don't know, like I wouldn't really put correlation between anything like at the moment, because this right now is like macroeconomic type of tragedy. You know what I'm saying? So like things aren't gonna go as smooth as they normally would, because this is like world news. You know what I'm saying? It's very, very different, very, very drastic.
Yo.
I wouldn't really try to correlate things like that. But UJ is smooth. I feel like it has like a very, very nice trend at the moment also. Based on where it currently is. One thing that I would do is probably just wait a little bit longer, because you want to see the market actually build up a little bit more as well. But I would also try to map out, where uh first where this exhaustion is, like right here. Just map this area out like right here. But overall, still aim bullish for the main fact that it's not breaking any levels of support yet. All these areas are still being maintained for some formation of a support level the entire time. So it's not structured, but at the same time, it's definitely like a level of support though. So all right here is like the one push. So once it actually does establish a level of resistance, which it might be doing like right now, honestly, pointing to point B on our fibs, and try to see if we could even come back down to that 38.2% mark, where it does have a little bit of confluence based on the wick area and 38.2%, to have a continuation of this current trend like right here. So some things that we could probably look forward to. Let me see how this looks on the H4. Hold on, wait. Yo, listen, so it might be too far-fetched, but at the same time, I think our area is still valid technically, because the uptrend is still being made and everything else. It's way longer than we expected, but we are making, moves back up to the previous high point, which is at like the 148 area. We dropped from 148 all the way down to 141, 142, and now we're almost on our way back up to the previous high again, which we once made. Very, very choppy, but at the same time, it's making moves though.
So Q,
Yeah, it might break that high.
Q,
What's up?
for the H4, right? I had a fib there, and then you think it's a good time to like update point B, because like I had my point B where you have it now, and then I seen after the market open on Sunday, I I was thinking like putting point B up top, yeah, like that.
Right there.
Yeah, but
I would do it.
before it was where you had it, and then now I'm thinking like, all right, I think it's
No, so
cool.
like you can have your main fib and a sub fib. So this could be
Right.
a main fib because this is a higher time frame and everything else. And plus it broke
Hmm.
the previous high point here. So I would definitely probably just like keep the main fib here, point A to point
Yeah.
B.
Yeah.
And yeah, like if it does come up to 38.2%, cool. If it doesn't, look for the 23.6% to have the majority of that move still valid for the uptrend still. So like either way it goes, it's still valid for an uptrend move. But I would definitely try to wait for some formation of a pullback or some formation of like a bearish setup to be made, and then some kind of pullback to even start the counter trend. But like right now, it's not showing any kind of signs for the starting of that, because
Hmm.
H4 candle is still very, very bullish. H1 is very, very bullish as well. It's not showing you signs that it's starting to actually make any kind of engulfings and that kind of stuff. So the majority of this area is still very, very bullish. So I would still aim up like right now, because it hasn't fully made a resistance yet to even like put a point B. You know what I'm saying? Until it says bullish bearish and actually form some formation of like a transition on lower time frame to then form that area as a resistance, you can't truly put a point B yet, because it's not fully established yet. So us putting a point B here, it's kind of like it's premature, but we're trying to just like visualize what it could be.
Right.
Get down to it. So
Okay, so the red green don't count. It's like green red for this situation.
it's supposed to be green red, not red
Right,
green.
right.
So that kind of shows like an inconsistency of what happened, but that was all caused from the gap though. So overall, like
Yeah.
if you understand that, then just wait it out and see if it's able to make a resistance to then plot this fib on here. But
Okay.
It doesn't mean that you can't analyze, but you got to analyze this
Exactly.
for a time frame like the 15 because the 15 actually shows candles and everything. So analyzing on this, then you could have some kind of insight as to where it could go. But I wouldn't be able
Mhm.
to actually analyze it now on H4 because H4 doesn't show a resistance yet.
And one more thing, Q. So on my H4, I have my fibs that way, and then on H1, is it cool? Like I have my fibs set up for H1 structure. Like I got my fibs differently on H1, even though I got an H4 fibs, and they
Um,
both
it's
bullish.
fine, but H1 shouldn't even be too far off because like
It's not.
it's only like one fib here that's possible. Like with
That's the one
like
I
here
have.
to
Yeah,
here.
on H1.
That's
Yeah.
fine, yeah. Because remember, like this area here, I feel like it's still very important. Like this little
Facts.
area here is still very important. So
Okay.
I would definitely put it if I could put it until it actually, show me otherwise and everything.
Okay.
All right,
Appreciate
but I would say
Okay.
definitely wait until London or mid London to, see some kind
to
of move.
see
But
what's
again,
going on.
it's a lot of shit that's going on like right now, so I wouldn't be so in a rush to get in a move.
That's
Like
what I was trying to control. I was trying to sit on my hands. Yeah.
yeah, like
Till Sunday.
I might not trade until like maybe NY session. I might just like go to sleep with my profits and chill out, vibe out, and then trade NY session on a big
Okay.
NY session, and see like what I could could catch. But I don't think that I'm gonna trade for the entire night because I don't want anything crazy to happen or any kind of craziness to just like spike and all of a sudden go against me when I could just wait. You know what I'm saying? So
Mm-hmm.
let's wait for some full confirmations, full candles to form. Let the market settle a little bit also because I feel like right now it's kind of in shock. So just wait until like NY session, or even some people want to wait until Tuesday. Like that, that's up to you. But I don't like to take days off too often. You know what I'm saying? So like I'd rather wait until NY session to then start to reanalyze and see like what the market can actually give us at that point.
Okay.
Q, since we will be expecting US 30 to keep dropping, right? Meaning for the US dollar to get weaker. So basically,
So
fundamentally, we would expect GU to go up, right?
fundamentally, but again, I don't want to correlate too much like right now. You know, but based on stocks it aligns with US 30. Um, uh, stock aligns with US 30. So that concept, I think, is more reliable knowing that, investors take out of their money from stocks and put it into gold. So I would see gold going up and 30 going down at the most simplest correlation between two assets. Um, Besides that, like I can't really correlate the currencies in 30 like right now because that's very like different. But um there's times like a couple weeks ago, UJ and 30 was pretty much super correlated, at least like 30% at least. But based on what's going on like right now, I'll just solely look at correlation between 30 and gold at the most.
All right, got you.
At the
Yo,
most. So
Q.
yeah.
I got two questions, real quick. So first off, on UJ, is the gap filled already? Because I kind of checked. I'm not
Yeah,
too
it
sure.
is. It is
All
because
right, cool,
the
cool,
gap
cool.
started like right here. The gap started
Yeah.
right here. No, wait. Gap started, yeah, like right
Yeah,
here.
where the yellow, you put the yellow.
And it's a little bit down more. But remember, look at how the candle closed, right? This is right here is the open of the candle, close of the
Yeah.
candle, lowest point, highest point. So the close of the candle was right here. So technically it's not fully filled. It's this much of
So,
it is not filled.
okay,
Oh,
so
so it got to
J
be
let me
exact. It
see
got to
who.
feel it. It got to really feel it.
Yeah, like
Okay.
normally it fills it completely, right? So
Oh, okay.
I'll keep this area in mind. But remember, like based off of the close of this bearish candle, like that's where it gapped from, right? It gapped up.
Yeah.
So it filled most of it. But at the same time, if you want to be like really like just specific, it's not fully filled yet. So like that area could definitely be an area of just, that you want to actually pay attention to a little bit. So let's mark that area off and then plot it, and then let's mark this area off as just exhaustion. And then we can put some labels there. I might just put this one blue and label it just so we are aware of what's going on. Actually, let's put this right here. So um let's not put it there inside the middle. No. here, and this here is gap.
Center.
Yeah, center, inside, center. Wait, did I miss something? Show
You
text?
didn't press OK. You gotta.
It's just because the zone is so big. If you zoom out, you could probably see it in the middle.
Oh, yeah, it is. Damn.
Extend it right.
No extender right.
Oh, okay.
Well, all right, so I'll keep that in mind. But overall, like on until now, like plot your random lines. All right. If Eric was on here, Eric random line, right, at the median, right? It makes sense. All right. So this right here was a pullback. This right here is a retest of that area as well. So like that area can definitely count as a point that's very important. Um so yeah, so that's the median area for the support for that entire point. So yeah, I can look for a continuation based off of where this currently looks and where this currently going. But it has hit the negative 61.8% on our last fib. So now it's more just, aiming based off of where it's currently is showing us. So like right now it's not showing us any kind of bearish signs. So I can't even give it like a bearish bias like right now. So like right now we're only aiming up. So that's what it is. Gold. Gold is the next big asset that people were looking at and everything. So let's just mark these off a little bit more. Boom, boom. Mark this off. Go to
Hey Q, have you ever read the gold chat?
the gold chat. What?
I'm just asking.
What were you asking?
No, did you ever read it? Like what's going on in the gold chat all the time?
What's going on in the gold chat?
Just read it. You will see it.
Uh, I mean, just give me some insight. Like, what am I
I
looking for?
think he's just talking about there's always drama in the gold chat.
There's always a drama.
Yo,
He's
listen.
an instigator.
Listen, when it comes to making money, bro, it comes with drama. So I get it. So if somebody's telling you one thing, then, but this is why I say though, you got to trust your own analysis, right? Um, so if you're in the gold chat and then you're just depending on somebody else's analysis, then that's your fault as to why you're getting clapped, and that kind of stuff. So that's what it is. But I think it kind of like, it brings out a person's character, like it builds character also, like having a little bit of drama, like not drama that you start calling that person like a B word and that kind of stuff, but you probably did already, but but I mean, it comes with the territory, honestly. Like if we're dealing with money, I get it, the frustration, that kind of stuff, but I mean, just skimming through it, it doesn't look that bad. I don't know.
Nah, that's not gonna
ATL
lie.
on letter
Sometimes
wire.
that'd be entertaining. I ain't gonna lie.
That's what I
Just
be
reading.
saying. That's what I be saying. It's not negative as long as we're not cussing each other out for real. We just trying
Yeah.
to
Nah.
yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like I mean, listen, like this is how I see it, right? Worst comes to worst. If y'all see each other in person, just throw on some boxing gloves and call it a day. It's like a friendly fade.
That nigga Q said get in the field. I'm dying.
Yeah, these niggas gonna be
A
baby
friendly
Aaron the
fade.
plumber.
It's a friendly
They
fade.
ask
Yeah, run the fade.
No, it's a friendly fade though. So like we'll be friends after. Just to get it out.
We'll be friends
Y'all
after.
hug it out. Y'all hug it out.
Say that the compound, bro.
But the Q, all the bearish move in the gold is a retracement, right? On the smaller time frame.
Yeah,
But the
so
but on the higher time frame, on the daily and the 4 hour, it's a bullish market, right? I
yeah,
mean
on
on the
gold, I'm definitely bullish on gold at the moment, especially like after like what's going on because like right here is like all a pullback, right? You have the MAs pretty much a little bit in between, but not fully. So at the same time, it's still respecting this area as a level of support in some kind of way as well. And on the daily time frame, you're still seeing the market above the MAs. So technically, I'll still be a lot more bullish on this more than anything else. Um, these areas here are the higher low points that I'm focused on like right now. And let me just take off these zones and take off these fibs and take off these fibs and take off this area, this area, this area. A little cleanup real quick.
Gold filled that gap real quick.
Yeah, it did, like super quick. So things like that, like I just want to just let it just build up a little bit more before you even try to even attack it, honestly. But yeah, like I would definitely try to aim up for the most part, especially knowing that investors, like they said, like are trying to actually go over to havens such as gold. So I would look for some sort of like bullish setup if it comes down to it. But like right now, it doesn't have any kind of bullish setup. Um, but it's not breaking any kind of lows yet. So that's definitely a good thing as well, because the main low that has to be broken to then really change this entire trend is like right around here. So this pullback right here is perfectly fine. We just want to see a buildup of this area to even at least make a bullish variation of some sort to then, carry on where this move could possibly go as well. But it did break above the MAs, which is one sign on
But
M30 time frame and on the H1 a little bit. So want to see.
wouldn't it be the wouldn't it be the low before that? Because I feel like if it breaks that support, isn't it just still the counter trend?
Yeah, but remember, like, so this could be like the support of the counter trend
Right.
is what I'm saying. So like right here is pretty much holding this area up like right now.
I
So
see.
where it currently um is pretty much at the higher low point like right now based off of the H4 and daily time frame analysis. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
So
yeah.
so let's see how this candle close. So like if this candle can close bullish, great, because that pretty much would flow along with the higher low points that it's currently making as well, and put us in line with where the trend overall is going, which is bullish like right now. So I
But
think
if it goes to
overall,
the but if it goes to the 88.6, it can still go up though, right?
correct. Yeah, remember,
Yeah.
it could go to 38.2, 50%, 61.8%, the 78.6, 88.6, even to 100%. It's still valid for a
Bullish.
continuation of that current
Yeah.
trend because it's not breaking the 100%. So
Right.
as long as the 100% is not being broken, it's technically still maintaining the current trend that it was in. So
Mm-hmm.
You after that, can we look at GU next after you done?
yeah, let's see. That's that is just not US 30 chat. It's not super bad. It's just not US. Listen, the US 30 chat is lit. Like by all means, you know what I'm saying? The US 30 chat is probably the best chat that has ever been out ever.
GU is so boring. The chat is crickets, like cricket.
Because people's not trading it heavy. You know what I'm saying? Like there's a couple that's
Man,
trading it, but it's not an asset that's like always moving, always popping. So it's not gonna always have a lot of activity. Every
damn.
single day is NFP on US 30. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
So
yeah.
it's always lit. It's always active. So I get it. Gold every now and again, but every day is CPI and NFP and FOMC on US 30 in some kind of way. So I think it's the fact that it's the most active asset like right now. So that's why. But I think UJ is also the second most active as well. So we could definitely
Facts. UJ, everybody be up all night. Ain't gonna lie.
yeah.
UJ pumping right now.
UJ
What?
still?
Yeah.
Oh damn. See what I mean? Oh God. But
I could
definitely
tell he in
focus.
that trade.
Yeah, but definitely focus on these zones too. These two zones are going to be very, very important as well. So keep that in mind. But the high point still has to be broken to then obviously get to the next point in structure. But it's very, very early on in session now. It is, I think it's Asian session now, which has a little bit of movement, but not too much movement. So I might just watch it overnight and see like what's possible. But NY session, I feel like it's going to be very, very crazy. A lot of gaps might get filled and that kind of stuff in NY session. So I'll definitely focus on that as well. Let's check out GU though. So GU, the gap is not fully filled, similar to UJ. So this right here is pretty much the gap. Remember, you have open, close, highest point, lowest point. So it pretty much closed here. So technically here to here is pretty much still a gap that hasn't really been filled yet on this asset. So where it currently is like right now as well, you pretty much are starting to see these areas start making small amounts of higher low points, but at the end of the day, like I feel like this right here can also be some formation of a ascending triangle as well. So we could just put that on there because it is mainly on a downtrend. We could also put a random line like right here as well, right? Medians, right? At the median. Point A to point B on fib work, right? 38.2%, cool. That area is good. So now you have point A and point B on this fib work as well. Got all the way up to 50% on that retracement. Double top type pattern as well for the continuation of this bearish trend as well. And the MAs are above as well, pushing this market down, acting as a dynamic level of resistance. So those are a couple areas that I should be, finding very, very interesting. So kind of like the UJ concept, right? You still have all this exhaustion like right here as well. So I'll just mark this area up at the same time. Similar concept to what we've seen on UJ, right? That exhaustion zone could just be very, very important as well. But overall, I would just aim bearish like right now.
You saying because the gaps ain't filled, it's possible for it to test up there again for UJ and
Yeah, definitely. But maybe remember, like test up there is one thing, but I feel like mainly test the MAs,
Mm.
But by the time it closes, as long as it closes within structure, it's good for a continuation, which is the main thing. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
it could have a push back up here and spike up and all of a sudden spike back down and maintain like the resistance that's currently being made here and still be within a downtrend. You know what I'm saying? So I want to see how it actually acts on NY session and in London session to see like what we can see around there.
Right, because it was hard for me to sit on my hands when I saw like it almost filled. So I was like tempted to like, okay, I think this is a nice entry, but then I'm like, damn, it looked like I would have been right.
Remember, never be tempted to get in on a gap fill because a lot of times it could just take way longer than you even expect.
Right, that's what I'm
You get me?
peeping. Yeah, that's what I'm peeping. Yeah.
Yeah, so don't fall victim to that because I get it. It's very tempting, but it's
Mm-hmm.
not worth it, because
Okay.
you might be in drawdown a lot longer than you expect and start seeing movements that you never even anticipated. So
And it's a Sunday, yeah.
Yeah, and it's Sunday, like top of the week. To
Yeah.
blow your account on a Sunday, Monday, like fuck. Like,
Yeah.
that's a bad week. You know what I'm saying? Like, imagine like the week just started and your account's gone. Like, come on, like, you don't want to be in chats anymore. You don't want to talk to anybody anymore because you wanted to be too hasty and just jump in without any kind of confirmation at the top of the week. Just wait it out. Monday, Tuesday, great. Like, let the market play out a little bit, especially after knowing that the market is in a little bit of shock. Wait it out a little bit. Like, trust me, there's a lot more money to be made. Somebody said a whole mood killer. Listen, the week is done. I'm not talking to nobody for the rest of the week if my account's gone by Monday, Tuesday.
Been there
I'm saying, like,
that's crazy.
Nothing even started yet. So, you recommended that when you're good enough and confident and have at least 3K, you'd say trade US 30, right? I say dabble with US 30 as far as 0.01s if you have a 3K account, 0.01s at first. But when you start getting active with US 30 with a 3K account, I expect you to start trading like 0.02s with skill and entries as well. So like 0.02s, 0.02s scaling that up to like 0.04, if anything. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, depending on like how much experience you have with US 30, like I'll probably say, up it eventually, but to dabble is 0.01, get the feel of it. Because remember, the feel of US 30 is very, very different from every other asset. You know what I'm saying? TJ, if you want to tell your first 2-week experience on US 30, seeing a difference from UJ, like how has it been?
Bro, you gave an analogy a long time ago when you used females. And US 30 is like a South Beach chick. And then like UJ is more like a suburban chick. UJ is expensive. She's erratic. She moves violently. And if you don't treat her well, she'll take every dollar you have.
Like a California Valley girl.
Yeah, perfect.
Bro, you funny as fuck, bro.
No respect to any of the ladies online. I was just using an analogy.
Mm-hmm. You said 30 like a South Beach chick? 30?
A South Beach chick is crazy, honestly.
That's crazy.
But
yeah, 30 like a Miami chick.
Like a city girl.
US 30 is more like Latina.
Latina. Oh, listen, I don't want to say the country. I think that we're all thinking the same thing.
So
Straight to the point. Straight to the point.
Colombian. So which pair is a Jezebel?
Damn.
You took that too far, homie. Goddamn.
GJ.
Not Cubans, chill.
But
Definitely
hey, Q, but what I will say, with US 30, like when you take a whole lot on UJ, it costs you like $7, and you can make the same amount on US 30 with a what is it, 0.01,
101, yeah.
and pay 17 cents for that same trade. So, it's just different.
But it's yeah. So look, the same amount of effort, like whenever you want to transition over to 30s or indexes, right? You put in the same amount of effort, but you're getting paid 3 to 4 times more by the same amount of efforts that you put into that analysis in the first place. So that's what it comes down to. Obviously, it's a bit faster, it's a bit more rewarding, but you got to just be ready for it mentally to then experience how fast things can actually really, really get. And knowing that you have spikes on this asset every single day, you got to be ready for that. You know what I'm saying? So it's one of those things that like the mental has to be strong enough to even take on that burden that you're experiencing every single day, like that stress that you're putting on yourself every single time you step in a market. Like I don't have that much stress anymore, but at the same time, like there's times that I'm stressed the fuck out because I'm probably in a consolidation that I never even expected. Right? To enter a trade now on 30, it could be a standard or 2 lots or like my the 20 lots and everything, which is like a standard lot. I'm not stressed anymore, but at the same time, it's like there's times that like it's just stressful knowing that damn, this is in way more drawdown than I even anticipated, and a lot quicker than I even anticipated. So that's the only thing that pretty much still kind of brings my anxiety up a little bit. Not much anymore, honestly, because even if I track my heart rate, if I'm trading 30, it doesn't change that much, compared to like I, I think the last time that I experienced a drastic spike in my heart rate, I was trading gold, and all of a sudden it spiked up like crazy. Boom! My heart rate went from let's say like 85, 90 to like 180. Like this, right?
Damn.
Compared to the $600,000 trade when you were negative like 90,000.
If you watch that video again,
Yeah.
I barely blinked, but I wasn't stressed out.
Yeah, I feel you.
Blood did not blink at all when
Yeah, no.
as soon as he went to draw down, that nigga's eyes
I
was
didn't blink. No.
wide.
I watched the video like 20 times. I didn't blink
He said legal coke.
that period, but
You froze.
yeah, bro, because
So what was the difference between gold and the US 30 on video? The experience when it comes to like your drawdown. But heart rate.
heart rate, no, it was only so the gold thing happened because I never knew what happened. The thing with the whole big trade, the 600K trade, I knew that NFP was coming. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So it's not like I wasn't ready for it. I was ready for it, but I just never expected it to go as far as it did,
Right, I get you.
But I wasn't like that entire video, I wasn't stressed out. I wasn't like
I was acting like that for
stressed.
you watching the video.
No, I wasn't stressed. Like, no.
I was stressed watching that video.
No, it was for me, it's more just like
it was suspense.
Remember, it's a $250,000 account. I'm down $90,000. Like I could take that loss. I could just wipe it off and still be at 150. Like the 150 can still make you tons of money. You know what I'm saying? So it's not like it's hurting the account to the point that the account can't be resurfaced. So that's how I see it, at least.
That boy got ice in
Q,
his veins.
Remember, once you detach yourself from the number, I think it becomes a lot more easier to trade. You know what I'm saying? People say like, yo, like, oh, like people still watch that video and say, oh, bad risk management, this and that, blah, blah, blah. Like, I'm like, yeah, but I mean, if I'm comfortable losing $100,000 and you're not comfortable losing $100,000, that's just your problem. And that has nothing to do with me. You know what I'm saying? So it's just more just like, you got to be just mentally prepped for, what's able to happen. But in reality, like if you are looking at just the numbers amount, as long as I'm able to do the same lot sizes that I was doing prior to a trade, I'm good, right? If I could take a hit of $100,000 and still do 2 lots or 3 lots on that same account, I'm good. But if now all of a sudden I'm crippled after taking a loss, that's where it gets an issue. That's where you start to revenge trade. That's where you start to actually just like start to like rush trades immediately, and just all of a sudden you're not analyzing enough and that kind of stuff because you can't do the same kind of lot size that you were doing before, right? So if your account goes from $100,000 to now 20K, you can't do the same lot size that you were doing with the $100,000, right? Like all
Mm-hmm.
that, like once the account from $100,000 drops down to around 35,000, 40,000, you can't do the same things anymore. Actually, like maybe like 45,000, you can't do the same things anymore. As far as you can still do a two lot with $45,000 inside your account on US 30. All right. Obviously, it's risky, but would I advise it? Not at all. But have I done it? Hell yeah. And it times that it worked out when I'm very, very confident about an analysis. I'm very, very confident about the entry, and then you take it because you understand the risk that's involved as well. But in reality, like if you're able to do it and you're confident about it, okay, do it. That's what it comes down to.
Hey, question about GU. Can you confirm one thing? Like, you see how it's bearish now? Isn't it? Aren't we still overall on the bullish trend though? Like, we didn't really break a real major support, right?
Yeah,
Even though it's
because
bearish.
on the daily in H4, it's at a major
Hold
support
on
level.
one second. Q, are you gonna update the webinars on WAP? Yeah, I have to pretty much just like there hasn't been many webinars that we uploaded. That's why because a lot of the webinars recently has been premium calls and the QCast and that kind of stuff, and a couple chart and chills and everything else. But yeah, like I'm gonna upload the few that I'm missing. I gotta see like which ones I'm missing because I updated it the other day to I think 111. So I gotta see like what webinar we're currently on now and go from there. But yeah, there's a lot of updates, and I gotta still put those new psychology videos as well on the side as well. So I'm waiting for like my developer to pretty much just like put all those things on there.
Good,
Um,
Q.
but yeah, hold on one second. But yeah, so GU, like right now, I would say it's pretty much still on the majority on uptrend, but it's like in an area that has been transitioning. So GU has been on this same trend for quite a while now as well. And I feel like it's just at a point where I feel like it has hit a little level of resistance that is maintaining for a target because last time it actually hits a level of resistance, it went to a low but never ever broke structure to the point that it could keep on continuing. Where it currently is like right now, it finally broke a higher low point that we could also probably plot a some formation of could probably put let's see like what we could put. I think I could probably put like a counter trend line or something. So counter trend line like point A to point B, no something one. Something of that sort, and then also a level of support like right here as well.
Yeah, I got a trend line there.
Yeah. So that's at the most, but at the same time, like how it's forming its structure like right now, it looks more of a transition compared to
Transition.
the other time that it was within a pullback and that kind of stuff. Because this area looks nothing like this area, right? As far as the overall break and that kind of stuff, it looks very, very different compared to this break. It's pretty much high up. You have a steep drop. You have the MAs switched over as well. All those things. It came over a little bit like right here, but it came back up as well. But again, like what's going on like right now, like you know, who knows what could actually happen. So again,
But
I want to wait a couple of days to like reanalyze this and give y'all an update on the analysis as well because I want to see like how it plays out for the next couple of days for UJ, knowing that UJ is pretty much still looks like a bullish trend. Um, and I want to see if this area can actually still, maintain the direction and that kind of stuff based off of it now being under the MAs.
so anybody in sales is really trading the counter trend, but the main trend is bulls. Like, if we get back, like,
Well, the major trend is bullish, of course, but
mm-hmm.
it's kind of hard to say that you're going to be pretty much trading buys like right now as well because technically like it doesn't look like a buy type of opportunity like right now either.
Exactly.
So
But you have to be mindful when it transitions back to bulls, if it does, though, right? Like, if it tests,
correct.
right.
Like if it goes down to like where the MAs are on the daily time frame, cool, because that's a
Yeah.
certain level of support as well. So obviously that would probably be in like the bullish favor if it came
Mm-hmm.
to it and then pretty much respect that area in some kind of way as well.
I
But
get you.
let's see how this area looks here based on the charts here. It says the overall summary on GU is neutral, right? For the most part, neutral here, on the daily time frame. Obviously on H4, more sellish, more bearish, more bearish, and then all of a sudden, like you don't really have much buys. So obviously, it's very, very strong in like the seller side. Obviously, on higher time frames now, you might see the buys, right? But like what we were just saying, like it's more bearish where it currently is, like right now. But obviously, if it comes down to a daily level of support and that kind of stuff, a weekly level of support, then obviously then we could probably see a bounce from that area in some kind of way as well. Hey Q,
Yeah, because
I've
based
been
on that,
analyzing.
I'm looking.
One second. Hey Q, I've been analyzing your entries and noticed you often open two separate positions instead of one large position. I'm curious about your reasoning. Is it related to scaling, trade management, or risk control? I'd love to understand your thought process behind it. Um, I mean, I've answered this 1,000 times already. It's because that I like having one heavy wrong position is terrible. That takes a dramatic effect on the entire account, right? At one price. Imagine all those lots at one price, right? So you have, let's say, all right, you have one heavy ass order, right? Let's say, let's not even do that yet. Let's say you have you put in a buy like right here, right? You put in buy, heavy as hell. Let's say 40 lots, right? All of a sudden, it keeps on going. Steeper, 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 steeper. All of that price is at that one price, right? That one particular price, right? There's no average there. Okay? But in this same concept, what if now all of a sudden you had an early entry there, all right? You put a two lot there. All right, cool. Like that's not the entry that I expected. All right, cool. Whatever. Keeps on going. Okay. Comes up a tad bit. Buy again. Two lot. All right. Boom. Kept on going. And all of a sudden you hit like a nice peak, a lower time frame transition, all those things. Two lot again. Cool. So technically, if you average all of this out, your entry is probably going to be somewhere around like right here on like the average of those three positions. So technically, it puts you in a spot that you're able to actually find more entries along the way before the actual push versus being so much in drawdown with one price point. You have the ability to actually take small moves until the build up to then build up the price points and like the entries before the actual push and everything else. So all these actually eventually go in profit, but it's not taking so much of a hit on the account. So it makes the account gradually up the risk versus putting all the risk at one time. So I don't like all the risk at one time. I think it's very, very just stressful versus me just scaling in over time and finding areas where I feel like it's good entry opportunities and taking my entries based on that. And the spread and with higher lot size like that, you experience slippage, you experience all these things that you just can't do with like a smaller lot size, right? Um like like I had mentioned, right? Like when I used to do 5 lots on US 30, I used to be in drawdown immediately around like $20,000. Immediately, right? Versus if I'm doing 5 standard lots, I'm only in drawdown probably $1,100, right? No slippage, pretty much, right? Compared to being negative $20,000 slippage that the market has pretty much filled that big ass order, which probably can't be filled as easy as 5 standards, you know? So it's just that's how I see it. I think risk wise, it makes sense. And I think you are upping the risk as time goes on, as you find better opportunities versus putting all of your money into one price point. I'll pass on that. So the rest might go in profit and the first trade might go to break even. I mean, if that's what you're trading off of course, but I'm not breaking even. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm gonna hold. Like I'm gonna make that. I'm gonna watch the trade until everything goes in profit. Like I'm not gonna wait until it goes back up to my first position and close. Like, nah, like I'm not gonna be in all this fucking drawdown for hours to close at break even. You know what I'm saying? I'm leaving with something. Like how Denzel said, you know what I'm saying? Like I'm leaving with some kind of profit. So to break even is like, But greed is subjective.
It's
But
a difference. It's
Greed
definitely a
is
yeah,
difference because it's a difference in holding a trade and having the confidence. And all your analysis is lining up to what your bias.
correct.
And instead of in greed, it's kind of like more so that you already done got to your TP area and you know this at an exhaustion point, but you still holding.
Yeah. And also greed is like, oh, if you told yourself that you don't want to be a part of the trade and you're gonna close at break even and you don't close, that's greed. I never said that. I'm just in the process of my trade. All
Can
right.
you repeat that again, Q, please?
Huh?
Can you repeat that again?
Which part?
Whatever you just said.
That was powerful. I ain't
About,
gonna
about,
lie.
about,
That was
about,
powerful.
What did I say again? I had said that just because you chose to close at break even, it's on you. I never ever said that I'm gonna close at break even, right? My
Thank
trade process could be me expecting myself to be in a little bit of drawdown. The fact that you never expected that, and now you're back at break even, and now you choose not to close, that's greed because you told yourself that, yo, when it gets back to break even, because you were uncomfortable being in drawdown. I wasn't uncomfortable being in drawdown. If you're uncomfortable being in drawdown, then you shouldn't be in that trade then. If I'm comfortable being in drawdown, I could be in that trade and comfortable knowing that that's a part of my process. Right? And I anticipated me
Like
being in
they
some
giving me a
formation
ticket
of a
as soon as
drawdown.
your shit go out. Like,
Say it again?
oh no, no. I'm on mute. I'm tripping. Nothing.
but
Yeah.
is it? Well, what if price makes a new high, like break structure? Isn't it like foolish if I don't at least break even? Just like
Oh wait. So is this example on an uptrend?
either uptrend or downtrend.
No, because you said a new high. So obviously it has to be in like one.
Yeah. I mean, if I said high, yeah, uptrend. But I'm saying like even if it's a downtrend, it's doing new lows, and then like I sold, but like if it made a new low, you know?
But if it's within my 100 points, I'm holding. If it gets to my 100 points, right?
Mhm.
I take off my stop loss. It goes back to break even, and then you are uncomfortable in that entire situation,
Right.
and you don't close. I feel like that's greed because you had an opportunity to actually close, and all of a sudden it goes back negative again. I feel like that's a form of greed.
Facts.
Change
Facts.
your mind.
But if I'm saying that like, yo, I'm okay with seeing some formation of a drawdown because I have 100 points risk, and it goes to 80 points negative, and it gets back to the break even area. That's not an invalid trade for for me because remember I had 100 points risk. It went to 80 points. I was okay with losing 100 points, and that means that I was anticipating losing 100 points, right? It went to 80 points. So me being back at break even, that's just a part of my trade process because I never ever said that like, oh, like if it gets down to that steepened drawdown, I'm uncomfortable, and I wasn't looking I wasn't looking forward to that. If I had set my risk in the first place, I think I was open to losing that in the first place. So me being in that much negative and then back positive, that's not greed because that was a part of my trade process, and I never changed my stop loss, and I pretty much anticipated what I was okay with when I entered that trade in the first place. So I think yeah, like the greed thing is definitely like a mentality, and that deals with a lot of confidence, clarity, and just comprehension of what you're looking at, as a whole. So I never had that doubt when I was in the trades as to why I wouldn't consider it greed.
Question Q, you still doing like if I say you scale in two entries and your third entries go negative, do you still close the whole position or you just monitor it? Because I remember previously we used to be like,
Oh,
oh,
you said that. Hold on, you said the third entry is negative?
yeah. So you have two at the bottom, and then your third one goes negative.
That's normal. I have
You wouldn't
equity.
close?
No, for what?
Oh shit.
I have equity in the first two orders.
Yeah, but at what point do you close the whole thing?
When the structure break.
If the I say you, this is a better example. Say you have two entries, right? The third one goes negative 100 points. Are you closing?
I have
It's
equity.
already closed because
No,
it's the stop loss.
No,
no,
he doesn't
I
put a
don't have
stop
a
loss.
stop
No,
loss there. But
He
I
doesn't have
have
a stop loss
equity.
there.
Look, I have
you got
equity in the
equity.
first and second position. So if the third position goes in negative,
Mhm.
I'm losing profit. I'm not losing off my balance.
Okay.
So look,
So
look,
I'm
look,
gonna,
look, 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 look. If I'm in an uptrend, right, and I have two positions here, right, boom, boom,
yeah.
and this one goes in negative now.
hmm
Say just close out everything because all right, cool, like that could be negative.
Okay. That's what I was saying. I'm like, okay, if my third entry goes negative even 50, 70 points, I'm closing the whole thing.
No, no, that's fine. But remember, look, so it depends on where you are in your account build. Obviously,
Okay.
if you're just trying to just trade is one thing. If you're trying to account build, I would close at any point because I want to pretty much add that balance to the account, right? So you're more frugal with the account build than just letting trades play out, knowing that it might be in a little bit of drawdown, that kind of stuff, and you might see retracements that you're uncomfortable with. But at the same time, I have equity in the first two positions holding up that entire account. So now all of a sudden, if that third trade makes my entire profit goes negative, I don't want to allow that.
Right.
You get me? So
Okay. Yeah.
get it?
Yeah,
So
I got it. I got it.
I'm okay with giving back profit, but not all of my profit though. I don't want to see negative in my floating profit based off of the third position going that much negative that it knocks off my entire profit. Like I don't want to do that.
But that's why you ever tell us if it make sure so we first are the heaviest one.
Exactly, yeah. Because if it's the heaviest one, then it could hold up all that unnecessariness that might happen in the future.
So that goes back to my question here, or I have a question regarding that a little bit. So I was gonna ask you earlier, right, on UJ, for example, let's say the market is volatile, but then like I missed and it's bullish, and I missed the low buy, the buys in the low area. But
The
now when it's bullish and volatile, I heard
We
like you
call
could
that area
still,
an entry base point, which can
huh?
be considered as entry base points are higher low points and lower high points based off of a certain area on the structure on the time frame that you're currently on.
What you mean? Wait, what's the question? Not. What I'm trying to say is, I'm trying to say this though, like if let's say I want to like if I miss like the low demand zone buys and it's like volatile, like I I would normally you're supposed to wait for a nice pullback, right? 38.2, but let's say the market is not making a 38.2 pullback, it's just constant, like it's just volatile, like it's hardly pulling back. Would you like not get in at all until it does a valid pullback, or you scale in on like lower time frames?
Um, so it depends.
Because I'm afraid to be on drawdown if it's volatile, you know?
Yeah.
Like, yeah.
So again, like Malik said, he says it's too much risk. Again, it's too much risk because you have no kind of floor there at 23.6s.
Right.
If I had an entry prior and I said entry base point, do you know what an entry base point is?
No.
You got to get back on the course, all right?
Entry base point?
What are entry base points?
Higher lows and lower highs.
Entries, yeah, or higher lows and lower highs.
Higher lows or lower highs based on the trend
Routine.
in the market.
Correct. So
The
Okay.
those
Okay.
are the main areas that you're supposed to be looking for your entry opportunity. As far as like if I'm on an uptrend, right?
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
I'm on a counter trend here. This counter trend here is what on a lower time frame?
Downtrend.
A downtrend. So if I'm analyzing that downtrend on that lower time frame, knowing that I'm looking for a higher low point on this higher time frame,
Yeah.
I'm looking for some formation of a structure shift on a lower time frame, which equal up to a support level being maintained or like made on the
Yeah.
time
Yeah.
frame higher. So this right
Hmm.
here is an entry base point, entry base point. So all the higher low points on the uptrend are entry base points.
Right.
and lower high points are entry base points on a downtrend, but you got to pretty much be able to analyze it based off a lower time frame structure to see how it is building up.
Mm.
So those areas are your main point. So if your entries are anywhere within a push, which means that if your entries are anywhere over here,
Mm-hmm.
you're entering within the push of the uptrend, or like the formation of a continuation of uptrend, versus everybody else, they already pretty much entered on the transitions
Right,
area.
right, right, right.
So if you're entering all over here, obviously
It's risky.
it's a bit more risk,
I see.
but at the same time, you could find a reason. But if the market is pushing like this, it's very sketchy to enter in because you have no floor there. Like you
I had
have
a feeling. I had a feeling. Okay. I just
you
wanted to
have no
confirm. Like I
38.2s
noticed,
and
but I
that
just
kind of
wanted.
stuff. You have nothing there. So it's very, very risky. I wouldn't really do it
I
very,
see.
very often
Okay.
unless you have entries at your entry base point. You could scale in at those 23.6s. But if not, I wouldn't even use that as a primary entry.
Gotcha. 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 It's not. I knew this. I just wanted to confirm like how you go about that. But I feel you. Like
I
it's
know, yeah.
just. Yeah.
Just take note of what an entry base point is and what you're supposed to be focusing on when it comes to looking for a next opportunity in the market based off of where that structure is.
Okay.
So just take some notes on that though.
For
Q,
sure.
Q, what's your difference between um normal trading and account build? Because I think you just made the difference.
Normal trading is all right, cool. Like I'll make like 5K a day, 10K a day. Cool. Like that's it, right? Account and build, you're on the fucking charts. You are locked in. You're trying to catch moves every single like I could
That's
be
where
at
I'm at.
I could be at $100,000 or $200,000. I'm still account building. I'm not just trading to trade. Like I'm building. You know what I'm saying?
I'm
Like
building right now.
yeah, like I'm still trying to, catch moves for 50, 100, 150 points, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 lots scaled in, that kind of shit. You know what I'm saying? So versus trading like regular, this normal trading, like you might just, all right, cool. Like I caught my one move for the entire day. All right, let me turn off my computer and then go about my day. Not me. I'm active. I'm on the charts. You know what I'm saying? I'm building. I'm trying to just catch trades throughout throughout the entire day. Like that's just me because I'm like low key an addict
Yeah,
to
you
trading.
hungry.
You know what I'm saying? It is what it is. But I just fuck with the charts that heavy that I'm on the charts all day, every day. That's just like my thing. So I don't mind just trying to catch moves throughout the entire day or the majority of the week, right? But a person that's just trading just to trade, like they are just catching their one move and then they're satisfied and keep on going. So they're not looking at the charts for the rest of the day. But a person that's building, they're gonna be a bit more active. They're gonna be a bit more trying to catch like, 2 or 3 entries on like one setup and 3, 4 setups an entire week. And like, so they're a bit more active. They're a bit more just engaged into the community and that kind of stuff to, be a part of more.
Yeah.
So I'm not just trading. Like I'm still building.
Yeah, because you think you talk, I mean, you talk about that a lot, right? You talk about, just adding to your balance, especially when you're building. Because let me give you a straight example, right? I'm gonna give you a straightforward example, like straight numbers, clear. Um, what was that like Thursday? Thursday I was on the trade, Thursday I was, in sales on G, right? I was risking, $1,000 on $100,000 account, funded account. So I'm trying to like pass the challenge, right? So basically I was risking 1,000 and then I took the trade. The trade was, a 1 to 4. So it was supposed to be 1,000 for 4,000 basically.
Hold on, stop. Hold on. You know that that saying land the plane?
Huh?
Like you're floating the entire time, bro. Just get to the point. You know what I'm saying? Like this.
Okay, okay, all right. Let's get to the point. So basically, like I went in profit like 1,800. I was flowing like 1,800 in profit. I didn't take profit, and then it went back and reversed against me. I ended up losing like 1,100. You think like I should have added that to the account, or
When
like I should?
whenever you are account building, the satisfaction with pressing close is the most best feeling ever. A couple
Yeah,
thousand close, like any couple thousand or a couple hundred on a account build close. Like if you're at $1,000 account, every couple hundred close. If you're above like 5K and that kind of stuff, I think at 5K plus, like at 5K in an account, you could already start having $1,000 days. You know what I'm saying? At that point, close like every single thousand or whatever amount, like around 1,000 range, 800,000, 1,200 close. So that pretty much adds so much cushion to your current balance that it helps it. So keep on doing that many, 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 many times. You'll be at a 10K account in no time. At
Can't
that,
go
like,
broke with taking profits.
yes, like you're pretty much more open to closing at like let's say a break of a M5 support or resistance or like an M15 break of a support or resistance compared to if you're trying to trade a bit more longer then you're more open to pullbacks at 38.2%, the 50% compared to a build like that, like any kind of like little red flag, I'm out, I'm done. You know what I'm saying? And then you're adding that to the balance over and over and over and over again. And that builds the account a lot faster as well. And yeah, like you can't go wrong with closing out in profit, honestly. You know what I'm saying? Like it's always a win. Like there's never an L with closing out in profit. You know what I'm saying? So again, like if you have any kind of doubt in your analysis in any kind of way while you're in the trade, close. Practice that. Practice pressing X. You know what I'm saying?
Live
Like
to fight another day, man. Live to
it's
fight
the
another day.
best feeling when you could just close out, all the weight comes off of your shoulders, and you're like, oh my God, thank God. That was intense. You know what I'm saying? And then after saying that it was so intense, like, oh my God, all right, I'm back at it. Like, that's fine because you kind of like get to rest a tad bit, but then you're gonna be putting yourself back in that position knowing that it's stressful, but in reality, it's nothing better than the feeling of just pressing X and going on to the next trade. Especially if you're journaling as well, knowing that you're closing out green days is the best feeling. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it does to you psychologically. Like,
Yeah. When you open up a second position while the first one is still in drawdown, aren't you technically adding to a losing trade? iPad day one, bro, it's all about, yes, you're adding to a losing trade, but technically you're adding to a building up trade. It might not be where you want it to be like as of like right now, but if you're pretty much analyzing for the main direction or the main bias and the market is just not where it wants to be yet, or it's in a form of consolidation that's not hasn't really broke out yet, I don't consider it just like a bad thing as well. Like yeah, you're adding to a losing trade, but at the end of the day, like you're averaging out knowing that you're scaling in because you're not putting all that heavy lots on one trade. If you're scaling in, obviously, then it's going to be a lot less trade, less risk, knowing that the max lot size they're trying to build up to takes a couple positions to get to. So overall, like you could be in drawdown and be completely fine with it, knowing that it's still going to average out to a decent price point. Oh
Bro,
yeah, and UJ's on the move again, which is crazy, right? That
On
is
a Sunday.
on a Sunday, which is insane. That shit is pushing right now.
Telling you, it was tempting.
GU,
Almost at TP.
GU is not moving yet. Gold is not moving yet. 30 is not moving yet as well. But
I
yeah.
need 30 to spike down, man.
Still in that fucking trade, bro.
But yo, we've been on here for like an hour and 40 minutes. I gotta get ready to go and lay down and that kind of shit as well. But yeah, great talk, great analysis, that kind of stuff. Hopefully everybody learned something from this analysis. And I wish y'all the best of luck. I'm gonna try to do like an update on what's going on as well. But thanks everybody for coming on. Leave your fucking feedbacks, please. Go in the chats. Leave your feedbacks. Takes 2 seconds. Stop being fucking lazy, right? And tell me how the webinars work because everybody wants to know. You know what I'm saying? Yes, it is recorded, so it's gonna be on the site when it's uploaded. But yeah, thanks everybody for coming on. Had a blast. And